This is a product I bought off of Amazon that has got 2 replacement handles for the Nissan Leaf. Rather than use it directly and then taking the door all apart and install it, I'm going to try a different approach. This is the handle itself. It's got a button on it. It's got a couple of wires coming out the bottom here, and it's a little hard to see here, but there's a screw right there. And what we're going to do is try to take the chrome part off of the black plastic part. So we'll put this down on the table, get a screwdriver on there, and unscrew that. So that screw is out. Now we need to separate the 2 pieces. Before we can do that, there's one more little clip down on this end that you have to take out. We're going to do that by prying it off. It prevents this back clip from falling out when it's in use. So I can take this, so I can pry on this top end. It kind of snaps off and that clip comes out. And it's a little tiny clip there. That holds this end in place. It's got that snap. We'll see it in a minute. Now we need to pry these apart. I'm sure there's more elegant ways to do this, but I'm going to try to do it by separating these 2 pieces here. There's a couple of clips down in this zone that you have to kind of work out. So I'm taking a blade here and hoping I can pry these apart without damaging the chrome piece too much. Oh, that came straight apart. Now with that in there, there's still this piece here that's going to come out. See if I can sneak that out of. I'm going to try this little tool, see if I get this down in the hole, and see if I can. Okay. Eventually I just wiggled it around and now I've separated those 2. You can kind of see what that looks like. I assume that's a proximity sensor, or it could be an antenna that's come out there, and there's a switch. But we're hoping not to use these pieces anymore. We're hoping to just set this aside, throw it away. This is the piece that we wanted. And that piece there is what's been broken off of the one that's failed. And we need to slide it on there. This is one I've taken off previously, and you can kind of see a little bit here. Hopefully that's the piece that's broken off. That end is fallen off. So that's what we're trying to replace. This shows a little bit of the issue with the handle. If you pull on this handle, the handle just comes off, it just separates. And we want to try to fix that. If you pull on it normally, the car just opens probably before you fully separate it, but we want something better. On the side edge of the door, there's this little access port that you need to open up. You just get a blade or something underneath it, pry it out. Inside of that door, there's a T25 Torx bit that needs to be loosened up. Works better if you had a slight angle here rather than going normal to the door, because the bit's in there at a bit of an angle. You got to unscrew that. You need to unscrew that, and it loosens up this outer section with the key hole. One of the things I'm trying to do here is pry this while unscrewing it. The screw seems to be sitting in. I can tell I'm blocking the camera here. I'm trying to pry this out while unscrewing. The screw is falling back into the hole and preventing this from being where I want it to be. But now, hopefully we can get this out at least enough. We don't have to take it out very far. Now the key is to get this handle out. So it's got to pull it out a little bit and then pull it towards me in this direction. And this piece comes out. Now I can't take it all the way out because there's levers on the back side that pull the handle from the inside or pull the latch. But I don't need to get it all the way out. I just need to get it far enough out that I can get the screwdriver in there to unscrew this. So get the screwdriver in there. I keep pressure on this. You don't want to strip out that screw head. Hopefully I'm not blocking the camera too much. That's the same screw that I took out on the other side. Need to pull this handle off. Okay. So you can see the old handle's off. We've got this piece off of there that we want to replace. There's one more bit you have to extract. It's the same deal we did on the inside. In order to, there's a broken piece down in here that we need to extract. It's down in this hole. So I need to take off that little plastic clip that's kind of holding it in there. Okay, I got it off from the top side on this side. So this is that same little black U-shaped piece, maybe L-shaped piece. I'm going to save that, so we're going to put it back on. There's the broken off silver piece in here that we need to extract and discard. So there's that silver piece. Now we need to take the new piece, which has got the tab on it. And I think the right play is to start more at the opening end here and get this installed. Oops, okay. So one thing that happened there is this little piece fell out. We gotta go put that back. Okay, that piece is back in. I'm gonna start at the back here. Kind of pivot this in. Okay, so that's going in. I want to watch this switch to make sure it's kind of in the right place. Alright, I'm going to take this off, make sure everything's in the right position. That's in the right position, switch is in the right position. Let's try it again. Okay, that's on. Both the front and the back went in. Alright, there's two steps we need to finish securing it. We got to put that screw back in and a little clip on the back. So we got to get that screw in there. I know you can't really see where that goes, but when you have your actual parts, it'll be obvious enough. Okay, that screw's tight. And there's the little plastic clip piece here that needs to go on that prevents it from falling out again. Let's slide that up from the bottom. There, that's in. So to get it back reassembled, it has to be a little bit towards the back here. A little bit towards me. get it into the opening. All right, I took a step backwards. That hadn't really snapped in properly on this end. I got it snapped in properly now. Let's see if I can get the whole thing assembled. Okay, that's snapped in properly. I gotta go back to putting this little black clip on. But now we'll actually hold that in place properly, and I gotta put the screw back in. So I have to pull the lock set out a little bit, give me some space. So this needs to be pushed in, it needs to be back towards me at the start. Okay, I had to wiggle that around a bit before I could get it to go in. Now that's in. I don't know why this back side wouldn't push in. I can turn this around and get this installed. And then we just need to go back to that screw on the other side and screw it back in. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing there. Okay, that's all in. Back to the rubber cap. Put the rubber cap in. And now, hopefully that all works. So, like the key thing is there, I didn't have to pull apart the whole door and all that to assemble it. Hope that's helpful.